Good morning, students. Hope you all have enjoyed your Diwali vacation. Hope you all are safe and following all the guidelines given by the government for the protection from COVID 19. Students, after a short break, let's start with our studies. So, as we have finished Science 1 6 chapters and Science 2 5 chapter, let's continue with the seventh chapter of Science 1 named as lenses. So, students, as you have studied in ninth standard about a spherical mirror that is a part of a sphere, the in continuation of the same chapter, you are going to have a next part that is a lenses. So, let's study what is a lens. So, a lens is a transparent medium bound by two surfaces in which one surface must be spherical. Okay, so what is a lens? It is a transparent medium. How you are having the glass, correct? It is a transparent, you can see through that. So it should be a transparent medium bounded by the two surfaces. Means there will be a two surface, and in that two surface, one surface has to be spherical. Then only it is a called as a lens. Correct? One surface can be a plane, but one surface has to be spherical. That we'll see further. Now in lenses there are the two main type. How we have discussed in mirrors. Mirrors also we have two types, concave and convex. Similarly in lens also we are going to have two main types. There are the other different types also, other different shapes also, but the two shapes which we are going to study in this chapter, that is a convex lens and the concave lens. So first we see about a convex lens. The lens which has two spherical surfaces which are puffed up outwards. Puffed up means they are going to swollen in a outward side. Correct? Have a look on this figure. See, this is the two surfaces. You can see there. See, this is the surface and this is the one surface. So these two surfaces are puff up, means they are outward swollen. That is what we say as a convex lens. You can see here 1 minute. This lens is thicker near the center as compared to the edges. You can see here. At the edge it is going to be thin and in the middle it is thicker, right? It is broad in the middle and thin at the edge. So that is what your convex lens. You have to remember convex lens which is going to be a puffed up outwards, which is bulges at the center and narrow or the thin at the edges. That is what your convex lens. Next lens we are having, that is the lens with both surfaces spherical on inside. It's called as a concave or double concave lens. So the spherical parts are going to be inside. You can see here. This is the inwards and this is also inwards. Here you can see they are outside and here it is a inwards. The spherical parts are going to be inside, then it is called as a concave lens. Okay, again you can see here at the center the concave lens is going to be thin instead of a thick. Now it is thin. Here in convex lens the center is thicker and in concave lens the center is thinner. You can make out the difference, correct? So remember, in convex lens center is thicker and the edges are thinner. In case of a concave lens, the edges are thicker and the center is thinner. Okay, so this is what about your convex and the concave lenses. Now let's see some different types of the lenses. before that, a ray of light gets refracted twice while passing through a lens. Now when you're going to talk about a lens, again if you remember, when you talk about the mirror in a ninth standard, there we are talking about the reflection of light. Reflection, the light gets reflect, turn backs. But now when you're going to talk about the lens, the light is going to refract. Refract means line is going to pass through that lens, and as we have studied in our refraction of light, the path of light is going to be deflect little bit, it is going to change its path, and that is what we say as a refraction. Means if you want to study the reflection, you have to make use of a mirror, and if you are going to do the refraction, then you have to study about a lens. So when a ray of light is going to pass through this any one lens, it is going to refract twice. It will be refracting two times. First, when it will enter from the air medium to glass medium. Suppose this is your air, the light ray is coming from here and entering to the glass. So when it is going inside the glass, the direction is going to be changed. You can see here, actual the light has to go in this direction, correct, but it will be changing its path here. It will be moving somehow like this, and when it will be coming out from the glass to the air medium, again it is going to change its path, correct. So suppose again when it is coming, so it should go like this, but it is going to change the path. So that is what we call as a refraction. So refraction is taking place twice in the mirror. First when it enters, first when it is going to enter the lens, and second when it is going to emerge out of a lens. So there are two time refraction is going to take place when the light ray is passing from the lenses. Okay, and because of this, the refraction, the direction of the ray is getting changed. The ray which is passing from here, actually when you study the ray diagram, will come to know the ray is coming like this straight, but when it will be coming out from the lens, it will be looking like this. So actual path is what, this is your actual path, but it is coming this way. Why? So that is what the refraction takes place when it moves from the rarer medium to denser, that is a air to the glass, and again glass to the air. So therefore two times refraction is taking place. Let's move to the next part, that is the different types of lenses. So you can see there are the different types of figures are shown in your book, or here also I have shown. You can see these are the different shapes of the lenses, different types of lenses we are having. That is biconvex, so that's nothing but what we discussed, that is a concave convex lens, correct. Why it is called biconvex? Because there are the two surfaces which both are the convex, which both are the in outward spherical. Then you can see a plano convex. Plano means you can see in a diagram the one surface is a plane straight line and one is a convex, therefore it is called as a plano convex. Then see this one third, next one biconcave. So that is nothing but our concave lens, as we have discussed, the spherical part is a inward, so that is your concave lens. Biconcave because there are the two lens, two parts, therefore it is called biconcave lens. Similarly, we are having plano concave. Plano concave, why? Because there is again one side is a plane and one is a spherical inward. So that is what called as a plano concave lens. Now you can see this positive meniscus and the negative meniscus, which are also called as a, this is also called as a convex concave, and this is also called as a concave convex, correct. So this part is not needed in your syllabus right now, so we'll not concentrate on more that. You just remember these names and the diagrams for the or sorry, relation correlation questions or the fill up like questions. You may get these shapes and you will be asked to the name them. So like that objective questions are possible, therefore just go through the diagrams and the names properly. Let's move to the next question. Uh, Sorry, next slide. Now there are certain important terms are related to lenses. Again, go back to your ninth standard. You are studying in ninth standard about the mirrors. There are also some terms are related with your mirrors. That is the center of curvature, radius of curvature, pole, principal axis. So similarly, here also you are going to have some terms related with the lens, and they all are same only almost. Only the one thing is that in a mirror you had a pole, here you are going to get a optical center, only that is a little bit different. All other terms are same. So let's see the first term, that is center of curvature. Now you know what is center. With what is having centers, it is a, for a sphere you are going to have a center. So same definition here. The center of spheres whose parts form a surface of the lenses are called as the center of curvatures of the lenses. At the start we have discussed the lens are going to form of what? They are going to form of a some part of a spheres, correct? So let's see the diagram. So this is what your sphere. So in this you can see the blue color part. Blue color part is what? Your lens. How you got this lens? So when you're going to cut some part of this sphere and you're going to cut some part of this sphere, you're going to get this lens. Correct? Means when you will getting internal touching in your maths, you are saying internal touching circles. Mhm. So that when you are getting two intersecting circles, two intersecting circles you are getting, that time you can get a convex lens, correct? So now this lens is a part of this sphere, and therefore whatever the centers you are going to have, the centers of your spheres, they are called as a center of curvature. Same thing for the convex as well as a concave lenses, correct? So you can see in a diagram, as mentioned here, a lens with both surfaces spherical has two centers of curvature C1 and C2. Now for the lens there are the two spherical surfaces, means two spheres, and therefore you are getting two center of curvature C1 and C2. As I told, when you talk about the mirror, you are having only one part, correct? You have seen that in mirror you can have either like this or like this, correct? So in this case, you are getting only one arc, and therefore there is only one center of curvature. But in a lenses, you are getting the two spheres, and therefore there are, you are going to have a two center of curvatures. Correct. So there will be, just remember the definition. Center of curvature is nothing but the center of the spheres of which the lens are the part. Next point is radius of curvature. Now again, as you have said, similarly center, similarly you're going to have a definition of radius of curvature, that is the radii R1 and R2 of the spheres whose parts form a surfaces of the lens. So again, what is radius of curvature? It is nothing but the radius of the sphere of which the lens is a part. Now this is my lens. This lens is formed by these two spheres, correct? So there are the two radius I am having. So this radius of this sphere is nothing but the radius of curvature for this lens, or as a this lens, correct? I can say this is my one sphere, this is the one sphere. This concave lens is formed due to these two spheres, and therefore the radius of these two spheres is nothing but the radius of this radius of curvature of this concave lens. Okay, so in both the cases, center of curvature or radius of curvature is nothing but the center of curvature, means the center of the sphere of which the lens is a part, and radius of curvature is nothing but the radius of a sphere of which the lens is a part. Sorry, I hope you are clear. Let's see the next point, that is principal axis. Now what is the principal axis? So if you remember in mirror, the line passes through the center of curvature and the pole, that is what called as the principal axis. But here we can define it as a principal axis is nothing but the imaginary line passes from these two center of curvature, correct? So if I'm going to take now, so if I will draw this line like this, which is passes from both the centers, then it is called as a principal axis. Line which passes from the both the center of curvature is called as a principal axis. The imaginary line passing through both centers of curvature is called the principal axis of a lens. I hope you are clear. Okay, let's to the next part. This video we'll see afterwards. First, we are going to discuss about one more point, that is the optical center. This is what something new term you are getting in a lens. All the first three definitions which you said, they are same exactly for the mirror, only slightly difference. Now this is only one extra term, or you can say separate term you are getting only in case of a lens. So this is nothing but what you have said in mirror as a pole. In mirror we have defined as a pole, so that pole is defined here in lenses as a optical center. Now what is optical center? So just see the diagram first. Now when we consider like this convex lens or a concave lens, at the start as we said, when the light is going to transfer, when light ray is going to incident like this, when it fall, it is going to get refract, it is going to change the direction. Correct, means the light ray is going to deviate. But on the lens, in a lens on a principal axis, see this is your lens. Inside the lens on this principal axis there will be a one point. When the light ray will pass from that point, the ray is going to pass undeviated. Undeviated means it will not get refracted. Correct, it will be passing straight, and that is what we say as a optical center. Correct, see I am telling once again here also. Now suppose if you are going to see, when the light ray is going to fall on this lens, after falling it is going to get refracted, it is going to change its path. Instead of going straight, it is going to get refract. Correct, it is going to refract. But on that lens, inside that lens on a principal axis there will be one point. When the light ray will pass through this, it is going to pass undeviated, means it will not refract, it will pass as straight only. That point on lens is called as a optical center. So let's see the definition. The point inside a lens on the principal axis through which light ray passes without changing their path is called the optical center of a lens. See, I'm reading once again. The point inside the lens, you can see here, it is inside. Here also it is inside the lens. O, you can see now, read O. So that is inside the lens. It is not outside. Okay. And again, it is on the principal axis. So there is two condition for optical center. That point has to be inside the lens, and that has to be on the principal axis. Okay. When the light will pass through such a point, that light ray pass without changing their path, means it is not going to pass without deviation. There will be no any deviation, it will be going straight, and that is what we call as a, that point is called as a optical center. I hope you are clear about this point. Just read the definition once again. Then we have a next point, that is as you can see in the diagram. So in the diagram, P1 Q1 and P2 Q2, these are the two light rays are passing as I shown you. This is a light ray which is getting refracted, but as you can see, ray P1 Q1 or P2 Q2, both the lenses, you can see they are passing straight, means they are not getting deviated, and therefore this point O is called as a optical center of the lenses. Okay, let's move to the next point, that is a principal focus, which is very important. Correct, what is the principal focus? So again, as in case of mirror, you know, when the light rays are going to reflect, after reflecting, they will be converging into a one point on a principal axis. Correct? That one point is called as a focus. Means all the rays, light rays after reflection will come in together in one point. That is what your principal focus. So here also same. In lens also we are going to have, suppose the light rays are passing here. So let's discuss. Suppose this is one parallel beam passing, suppose here one more beam. So after refraction, here one more. So after refraction, these all are coming in together in this point. So this point is called as a focus. Correct? This is what your convex lens. Suppose here, then it is a divergent. Correct? Concave lens is called as a divergent. Means here when they are going to come, so the rays are going to diverge. So here how we will get a focus. So for this you have to extend this ray behind like this, and when they will come on into contact on this principal axis, that point is called as a principal focus. So that your idea will be clear through this video. Just go through the video, will understand in a video. So I hope you people have cleared about the focus, principal focus. To get more idea about the principal focus, I have given here two more websites. You can click on this YouTube link. This is for convex lens and this is for the concave lens. You can visit these two sites and get the more idea about the principal focus. Let's move to the next slide, that is a focal length, the last part of a slide. So what is the focal length? Now you have discussed about the principal focus, correct? So to get that idea, just see the diagrams. So this is again I have made a concave and convex lenses. So you can see this is your convex lens. When these parallel rays are passing after refraction, they come in contact on a at a one point on a principal axis. So this is our principal focus in case of a convex lens. In case of concave lens, as we already seen in the video, when these rays are refracted, so these rays are going to be extended backwards because they are diverged, they are not converged, so they are getting diverged. So therefore we are going to extend them in backward side, so you can get on a principal axis again one point, which is the principal focus. Now what is the focal length? So the focal length is nothing but the distance from this optical center to the focus. That is what we call it as a focal length. So you can see I have shown with the diagram line here. This is my optical center focus. So this distance from optical center to the focus